Let me just do an intro for a couple of minutes, just to let anybody else join us, and give my glamorous assistant some time. I've got 40 minutes as far as I know, and I'm going to do something today, fingers crossed, live, that I can pretty much guarantee you've never seen before. I'm going to attempt to pull someone from the audience and randomly and put them on the first page of Google. How does that sound? I was told you were noisy a lot in Glasgow. Come on, how does that sound? Does it sound possible? Why? Say again? I'm telling you, yeah. Yeah, I know, but have you ever been told that that is possible? Right, marketing guys. It's okay, show of hands. How many people here in the room actually have a website just now? Most, that's what I suspected. Okay, how many don't, just out of interest? One, okay, two, good. That's cool, thank you for being here. So, just out of interest, why are you here? What do you think you'll get?
My website's in build at the moment, so I want to know where I'm going to do stuff.
No, that's cool, that's fine. Okay, just out of interest, how many people in the room are on the first page of Google? Oh, half a dozen people already, so you don't need to be here then. You've proven yourself. So there are many experts, inverted commas, and there are so many different things for you to learn. There's seats in here, guys, don't stand at the back, because I've got another 60 people said that they were coming, so please do come in. There are many experts, if you like, and they'll give you so many different varieties of things to follow. So for example, I took off in 2008 around Europe in my camper van to walk the talk, just to prove I can actually generate 100% of my income via the web as I travel, because I was sick of the hypocrites, if you like, standing on stage like this and selling from the front of the room and not actually making any money any other way. So I wanted to prove that I can do it. And during that time is actually when most of social media actually came out. So I had a bit of a passion and a bit of an interest in social media, and so much so I had the time as well. I own websites and I own domain names on every aspect of social media. So I can teach you how to make money online via Facebook and via Twitter and LinkedIn and so on, because I didn't just have an interest in it, I wanted to dominate. And search engine optimization is exactly the same, actually. When you understand the rules, it's not difficult, you don't need to be black hat, you don't need to go under the counter. But we want to get our business on the first page of Google, don't we? Yeah? Does anybody not want to get their business on the first page of Google? Right, so we've got half a dozen people in the room who've achieved that, so well done to you. But for everybody else, you know that when you're searching, I'm saying Google by the way, of course there are other search engines, but you know when you are searching online, you're not going to scroll to page 4 or page 40 or whatever to find the result you want. You just simply change the words that you're looking for, am I right? Yeah? I meant to bring a gift with me actually. I bought a gift last night at Curry's, and it's a big Wi-Fi printer, and I meant to bring it with me, and I've got it on my stand through there, but I'll bring this out instead. This is something else I bought at Curry's quite recently, and I'll talk about this in a minute. It's a camera, but I'll talk about it in a minute. So, if you've got a pen and paper here, you might want to take some notes on this. What do you think are the top 2 things that people are looking for online when they're searching, like the search engines? What are the top 2 things people are looking for? Say again? Something that's cheap, okay. Any advances? A phone number? Well, do you search Google for a phone number? Maybe Yellow Pages type thing, yeah. What else? A service, maybe. What else? Say again? A testimonial. Do you search Google for a testimonial? Indirectly, actually. I'll come back to that. That's a really important one, actually. Because if we were to go to Hawaii, let's say, to a resort, are you going to believe the glossy sales page or would you believe the reviews? The reviews, right? So testimonials, if you like. So yeah, thank you. So no, while you've got your pen and paper out, the two answers I wanted to hear that most people are searching for on searches are free, so you're very close with cheap, and information. So most people are searching for free information. So you tell me, does that make you money? Anyone? Thank you for that. A shake of the head. Okay, so I've got some audience interaction. Thank you. So no, it doesn't, does it? I mean, there's no point in you putting even more free information on your website if your website is designed to make you money. Am I right? There are millions of websites out there offering free information. You don't need to be one of them. It doesn't put money in your pocket. Does that make sense? Thank you. So who would like to make some money from their website? Show of hands. Well, there's at least half a dozen didn't put their hands up. No, seriously, anybody got a website that don't want to make money? No, okay, so you are in the right room, right? We want to make some money from your website. And one of the most important things to do with that is to understand what people are looking for. So there are three types of browsers, if you like, people that are searching Google searches or search engine searches. Okay, so the three types are, number one, they're going to be researching. They're looking for free information. Yeah? We've all done that, yeah? Good. Good, you guys are sleeping. Come on, get some interaction going here. So, what's number two then? What's the second type of person, do you think, that's online? On Google searches? Say again? Sorry. A bargain hunter. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll come back to that, okay. Anyone else?
Someone looking to verify the information they found elsewhere.
Verify the information. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay. Anyone else? The buyer. Good. Okay, so we've actually skipped ahead because actually the buyer and the value is much the same. So the three types, I'll give you the three types. Number one, the people that are actually doing research. Okay? Free information, if you like. Number two, they're comparing what they've found. And number three, they're buying. So which one do you want to be found under? Buying, absolutely. You want the people that are ready with their credit cards in their hands to find your webpage, am I right? Yes? Yes, thank you, Tosh. I can read your name, guys, thank you. So, you want excuse me, you want people that have their credit cards in their hands to find your site. Now, I'll give you an example. I was going to show you an example with an item I just purchased yesterday, which is hopefully still sitting on my stand through there, which is a brand new Wi-Fi printer, which is just spanking new, and it caught my attention because it says print direct from your laptop, it's from your smartphone and your tablet. But anyway, I don't have it with me, I forgot, so I'll bring this out instead. So this is my little camera. Now, this camera is actually the only camera that I found on the market that could do live streaming. So I've got a bit of a passion for photography. I've got three high quality cameras with me actually, and this is a little one that I wanted it to be a wee bit smaller to fit in my pocket, but it doesn't quite. But the things that I was mostly looking for in this were live streaming, i.e. with Wi-Fi capacity, and I wanted a decent. Come in, Linda. Come in. My glamorous assistant has arrived. I saved your seat at the front. I know the traffic's bad. So I wanted something that had a decent optical lens. I wanted something that had a number of megapixels. And in this particular case, this one is actually a tablet as well. So this one's got all the Android apps. And there's not many cameras have that. So it's a really, really clever camera. And so when I started searching, and I got to stage 2, which is comparing, I'm now comparing cameras that have decent optical lens with Wi-Fi capacity, and when I got down to, oh yeah, it'd be nice to have an Android feature, that suddenly eliminated hundreds and hundreds of other potential cameras. Are you with me, guys? Yeah? So, let me just ask this to the audience rather than telling you the answer. If I was to then get to the stage where I've got my credit card in my hand and I want to buy this, what am I going to be searching for online?
Buy that camera.
Buy that camera? Well, this particular name, you mean? Yeah. I don't type the words buy that camera, these three words, no. Name and model, thank you. That's spot on. Does it make sense? The name of this is Samsung Galaxy. Actually, there's about half a dozen Samsung Galaxies, I believe. But this particular model is tiny. Oh God, it's too tiny to read that. This particular model, let me make it up, is something like GXH-22N. Right? So you tell me, by the time I've done my comparisons and I've decided there's only one camera I really want, and I want to buy it, what am I going to type into the Google searches? This. Yeah, GSX-22N. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Now, for the cynics in the room that might say, you're cheating because actually if I use the Google keyword search tool, research tool, there's only like 30 people a month looking for that. And that's not enough, because my SEO guy tells me I want to have at least 30,000 people a month searching for my keywords. Am I right? Yeah? So let me ask it this way then. How many results am I likely to find if I type in the keyword golf? Exactly. You're going to find hundreds of millions of websites, am I right? So if you want to make money from your website, then you want to be much, 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 much more precise with your keyword phrases. Does that make sense? Yeah? Good. So, this is probably, I would hesitate to guess that 99% of the people in this whole emporium have got it wrong. Because they think that they want the generic keywords. That's what people are searching for. And they're right to a degree, if you're looking to give away free information. If you want to make money, you want to be much, 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 much more precise. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? I think camera's a great example, isn't it? Because I literally had my credit card in my hand when I typed in GSX-22N. Right? Good. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, we're rushing through time, and I actually want to do something different that you've never seen before. So I want to do this live, in front of a live audience, and I spoke to Tosh just at the beginning before we came in here. You've got the stand right here, haven't you? The very, very first stand. So I'll give you a free advert. So if you want to speak to Tosh, let me just read it for you. Websites love video. If you want more sales, you want a web video. Caught my attention, so well done. So let me just ask, Tosh, we haven't met each other or anything before today, have we? No, we haven't. Good. And Linda, in fact, has just arrived, so she didn't know I was going to speak to you either. So this is she'll speak to Linda. Tosh is an unusual name. What does Tosh mean?
Tosh is the Polish equivalent of Tony.
Polish equivalent of Tony. Good. Okay, I'm glad I asked that. What is, Linda, can you take a note of this? What is your URL?
It is toshlubeckproductions.co.uk.
Really simple, huh? It's there on the banner. toshlubeckproductions.co.uk. Now, just out of interest, and I'll throw this open to the room, how many people, what do you do? What's your main business?
Video production and radio
Video production and radio
commercials.
commercials. Okay. So if I type in video production, Glasgow, are you there? No. Okay. Do you have any idea why?
There's an awful lot of
Competition. There's always going to be a lot of competition, guys. Let's be honest about this. No matter what business you're in, if it's a genuine business that is going to make you money, then there's going to be competition, right? So don't worry about competition. I never get involved in competition, because if we're creative enough, we can be unique enough, and we can give so much more value that we can, make a difference. Our USP is us. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you suddenly decide to be a hairdresser, you would walk down any high street in the UK and discover, oh, there's a hairdresser here as well. You know, so don't worry about competition. It's out there. But what you want to do is you want to get found for your keywords. And your keywords are actually quite generic, actually. Video production, presumably Glasgow. Because if you're just going video production, well, that's going to take in what? Hollywood. It's going to take in me with my little camera. You know, anybody's got an iMovies on their Mac, whatever. There's loads of potential competition for you. Am I right? And let's be honest, with a URL, the domain name toshlubekproductions.co.uk doesn't say what you do. It doesn't say on the tin what you do. So you've got your hands behind your back before you start. Is anybody in the room, just out of interest, anyone in the room got a smartphone with them just now? That they can actually go online just now, yeah? Okay, I did something last night because it just occurred to me. I'm speaking to you guys today and I better walk the talk and prove that I can do what I'm talking about. So if you want to go on your smartphone whilst I'm talking and check this out, because I actually just did something last night. If you look on Google searches for first page ranking Glasgow, and hopefully you'll find me right at the very, very top. Okay, other than the paid ads, I only talk about natural results. Tosh, I'm going to keep speaking to you, so don't you do that just now, okay? So, in your particular business, would you like your business to be on the first page of Google today? Okay, cool. What I'm going to do is, inverted commas, cheat a little bit, just because obviously time is rushing against us. So I'm going to use video, which is your niche, right, by coincidence. And the main reason for that is because Google also owns YouTube, right? And Google's spidering YouTube thousands of times a minute. So actually, I've done this before within less than 1 minute, 40 seconds, 45 seconds. I got on the first page of Google, which is pretty impressive, isn't it? I haven't done it any other time, done it once. But nevertheless, it does prove that video is a really fast way of getting on the first page of Google. So I'm going to cheat inverted commas for just now, for this demonstration. Okay. Has anybody found me, by the way? Has anybody looked? Yeah, what'd you find? I'm there, good. Woohoo, good, thank you. First page? Excellent, thank you. Good. I did this 2 months ago, and if you search for first page rank in Edinburgh, I knew it was there. I'm still there, and I only just did that. When did say how many hours ago? 14 hours ago. Perfect. Thank you. That was last night. I did that about 7 o'clock or so. So good. Point proven so far, my lord. But I want to come back to you. So time is rushing against us just now. Give me some keywords that you think people are searching for just now for your business.
Web video, corporate video, sales, marketing.
Are you writing this, Linda? Yeah. You said web video, corporate video, sales and marketing. You said.
Piece to camera.
Piece to camera.
Yeah, piece.
P-I-E-C.
Yes.
To camera. Okay.
As in doing a piece to camera.
Oh, okay. Just out of interest, is that jargon for your business, or is that something that entrepreneurs would look for? It's your jargon. That's what I could say SEO, but it means something to me. It doesn't necessarily mean to anybody else.
From a client's perspective.
Anybody help here, by the way?
Sales video, testimonial video.
One thing that caught my attention was your banner. It says websites love video. So I was thinking like maybe, I don't know, first, on the whole page of a website, you want to persuade people to put video. So is it like corporate video, you're going in to speak to companies, maybe interview them? A lot of people are frightened of the camera, so what do you do then?
I either film their product, film their service, and have a voiceover to it.
Okay.
However, I encourage my clients to appear on the video, even if it's
Just a show of hands, how many people are interested in the room in that kind of business, in that kind of service just now? Okay, you've got a few customers here, half a dozen. Quick, take a note, quick. So half a dozen people are thinking that way. It does make sense, actually. There are a number of things when it comes to advanced SEO, search engine optimization. There are a number of tiny, tiny tweaks that you can make to your existing website, and adding video is one of them. Okay, so I won't give all the secrets away right now, But that is one. So guys, if you haven't got video, you don't need to do it yourself. You don't need to stand in front of the screen. But
Video salesman.
video salesman. So you actually offer salesmen or not?
Well, some people might use it as a 24-hour salesperson on their website.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity actually. So, in terms of your business right now, you're here in Glasgow in Hampden, right? Are you looking mostly for local customers?
Mostly local customers.
Because you've got a video camera in your hand, right? So you don't want a customer in Australia, do you? Unless they pay a fortune, you're going to go out there with your video camera. So you're looking mostly for local, am I right? Yeah? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to wheeze my way down and find out. So, locally, what geography are we talking about?
I have clients across most of Scotland from Brecon down to Dumfries.
Brecon to Dumfries. So, what's your preferred area?
Central Belt, I'm based in Ayrshire, but most of my clients are Glasgow, Edinburgh.
Okay. So, Central Belt, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Ayrshire. Any particular towns that you found like really good business from?
Edinburgh's quite good.
Okay, just Edinburgh in general. Okay. Okay. And any particular type of business that you've attracted most from?
Mostly small to medium-sized businesses.
Okay, just a range of businesses. There's not like hairdressers are really wanting your architects or anything like that.
No specific types of
No,
businesses.
okay,
I mean,
that's
my,
fine.
My customers range from people who are colour advisors, colour experts.
Okay,
Colour
colour advisor.
To
Can't see that being a keyword, but okay.
to garden centres.
To garden centres. Okay, thank you. So no, you've got a kind of generic thing. See, the reason I'm asking specific questions here is because I want you, everyone in the audience, to think about your own business. Obviously, I can't go through everybody just now, but actually, just on that point, before you leave, if you pass your business card to Linda, I'll do a free review of your website if you're interested. Okay, so I would normally charge for that, but just because you made the effort to be here, pass your business card to Linda before you go, and I'll do a free review of your website. Okay, and that'll take me time to do all that, but I'll give you some feedback on that. Okay, so let's get down to you, Tosh, because I'm not sure how we're doing for time. 10 to 10. Okay, so we're done 20 minutes already. Good. Keywords. We've got your URL. We've got specific areas. You mentioned Central Belt, but no one's going to actually type in the word Central Belt, are they? Glasgow, Edinburgh, Scotland, Scottish video production, cameraman. What else?
I also do animated videos.
Oh, animated videos. Well, that's quite unusual.
Whiteboard videos, but slightly more than that.
Okay.
I mean, not full-blown cartoon.
So do you have a team or is it just you? Okay. Okay. Do you want to get more business for the animated stuff as well? Yeah, any business is good, right? So, is that like making more money for you, or do you prefer to have the quality camera stuff?
I prefer doing the camera stuff.
Right, that's fine. See, I think this is one of a classic entrepreneurial error, if you like, is that we try to appeal to everybody, and that is not niching enough. It's like using the keyword phrase golf or video production. Video production is too generic. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it'd be lovely to come up the top for video production, but let's be honest, not many of your potential customers are actually going to type these two words in.
A lot of my competitors are studio-based, so you have to come to them. What I do more is I go to business.
You go to businesses, so that makes you a bit more unique. Okay, so how would you phrase that then? What kind of keywords would people search for?
Your premises,
They wouldn't type in your premises, would they?
on-site.
On-site, maybe, yeah. I mean, anybody in the audience can help with this, by the way. If you've got any, say again? In-house? Okay. On-site consultation, thank you. Customer experience? I'm thinking, what would you type if you wanted him to come to your business? What would you type in? On-site, okay. Visiting, say again? Yeah, visual presentation marketing, you're right, but what if you were the customer and you wanted him to come to you, What would you type into Google search?
Video production, Lanarkshire.
Face to face, yeah. Video production.
Lanarkshire, video production, Glasgow.
Lanarkshire video production Glasgow. Thank you. I think you would. You're right. I think you'd be much more specific if you were in Lanarkshire. You want them to come to you. You're not going to type in your premises. You know, it's like, oh, how do I get a guy to come to me? And this is what I'm trying to weasel down into much more. Website video. Yeah, well, that's much more generic again, isn't it? You're not alone, because a lot of people are in this situation where they're actually going, well, my keywords are so generic. Unless you are more local. And if you're more local, then it can be much easier for you to dominate. Well, affordable. Cheap, yeah. Cheap, maybe, actually. I mean, there's a lot of skinflints out there, especially if they're on their own small business. They don't want to pay a fortune for it, but they might type in the word professional. Because I think that would, for me, that would make you different from me doing it. You know, I've got a passion for photography, but you would maybe use the keyword professional, because that's what 100% of your income is. You won awards, so award-winning. Cool, okay. I'm not sure people would search for that though. You'd want that on your website. They might search for the word professional, am I right? Thank you. There's seats here, by the way, if you want. Okay, so I'm trying to weasel down. Just let me ask Linda now. What have you written down, Linda, that might help us here?
So we've got web conferencing, web video, conference video, sales and marketing, piece to camera, sales testimonials, web sale video, video salesman, 24-hour salesperson, should I go on? Website, customer experience.
Any of them resonated with you?
Thank you, Linda. A few of my latest jobs have been filming seminars. So, remember I mentioned the video conference bit. I mean, that's a bit like filming a live seminar.
Video conferencing, filming seminars. What I'm trying to get here is, let's be specific. I want to get you on the first page of Google just now, and what you've given me is like 100 different options, but you're not being specific. Video conferencing is so generic. Do you understand that? I mean, I'm labouring on this because it is really important, because actually most people in the room are not on the first page of Google for this exact reason.
I suppose the videos that I do mainly for my web-based customers are like video commercials, like TV commercials. Okay.
So people might search for video commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's different than video production. What do you think, guys? I'm asking the audience here. Any thoughts? Would you type in video commercial?
You'll probably find that the businesses that are using the root search words.
Okay, if you type in Tosh Lubrec, it comes number one. Well, that's not really a surprise, is it?
If I was a hairdresser,
Yeah.
I'd look for video production, hairdressing, I'd be putting in my own industry, so build on that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So video production.
Hairdresser, video production.
Ah, okay. So right, thank you. That's an interesting one. So maybe I hadn't thought of that. Thank you for that. Maybe actually using the profession of your target market. So video production hairdresser might be one. Video production interior designer might be the next one. Video production whatever. What did you mention? Colour specialist?
Yeah.
Colour? Doesn't mean anything to me, but yeah, why not?
My clients are sole traders with video production sole traders.
Small business or a sole trader, yeah, that's a possibility. I really like that, really niching down into each individual. Now, let's be honest, if you were, I don't know, a colour specialist, you're not going to type in video production hairdresser, so they're not going to find you on that one. So what's the solution to that? Marketing, yeah. A simple solution, because I'm going to do this like now, is I'm going to show you how fast we can do this. So the simple solution is actually to replicate it and just have different keywords for each niche. Does that make sense? So you could have video production hairdresser Lanarkshire, or Lanarkshire hairdresser, and you could have video production Lanarkshire colour coded, colour coordinator. What did you call it?
Colour specialist.
Colour specialist. Okay. Is that for like feng shui or?
Three or four of my bagpipes are actual garden centres. So
Garden
yeah,
centres.
garden centres.
Yeah, okay. Shall we go with that? Are you happy with that? I heard a yeah from the corner. Okay, so video production, what, garden centres or just, yeah? Video production, garden centre, and we'll say Lanarkshire, Edinburgh, Glasgow, we'll put all these in as well. Yeah? Okay, never done this one before, so let's try it. Let's go for it. So what I'm going to do now, for the first time, is switch the computer on. And I'm going to ask Linda to do some work while I'm talking away here. Okay, so, because she can't even access this, because it's password coded. So, hold on a second. And my glamorous assistant is going to do the work now, actually. Now, let's be honest. My glamorous assistant is going to do the work. When did you learn this?
Last Friday.
Last Friday. How many days ago is that? 4 days. 4 days ago? So I taught this to Linda 4 days ago. She's never learned any of this before, have you? In fact, we only met each other for the first time, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago? Something like that. So, okay, cool. It's business. Okay, let me just see where I am. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Sorry about this. This was going to be really simple. Something right. Let's log into this as well. Okay, whilst I'm looking, does anybody have any questions on this? Yeah.
Just tell you what happened, what went triggers.
The techniques you're using exclusive to Google or also paying another search.
Just switching around a little bit of software while we talk. So what I'm looking at just now is Google, but every search engine has slightly different algorithms, and the main reason that this works so fast is because I'm going to use YouTube, and Google own YouTube, so they spider really fast. Okay, so we did one for Google for Linda on Friday when she learned 4 days ago using Vimeo. Am I right? But as soon as you upload to Vimeo, it says come back in 45 minutes. Right? So that's no use for this presentation. But yeah, we could dominate Vimeo as well, or any other Metacafe, etc. There are many, many other video places that you could put stuff on. Okay. Any other questions? Is it that easy? Everyone's got it. Come on, you must have some questions. Tosh.
I've been told in the past that content is king. So
Content is king. What I've just said is contradicting. I mean, to be honest with you, you're going to find contradictions in everything around this business, to be honest. It's a bit like, I made an analogy the other day, it's a bit like what's his name, Kevin McLeod on Grand Designs. It's a bit like building your own house and realising there are loads of designs that you could have, and knowing that there's a bigger picture and there's going to have to be windows and roofs at some stage, but you know that they don't go in right now. But every single element, like the windows, for example, or the roof, for example, you could go into real depth on any one of them and be a master of it. Does that make sense? So, what was your question again? Content is king. So I could contradict myself here and say, yeah, content is king. Google love content. They love fresh content. And what you're doing actually in terms of interviewing people and so on, because you spoke to me a few minutes before, is fresh content. So yeah, Google love that. I'm going to show you a fast way to get on the first page, but in terms of actually building some decent quality website, then yes, absolutely put some more content. So excuse me 1 second just to make sure this is on for Linda. I want you to go to Tosh's website here and see if you can pull in an image or something. Yeah? Okay, so again, there's some instructions. I saw another hand here. What was the other question you had here? Yes, sir.
You use a video to get the first page of Google, what happens when other people using the same keywords?
Okay, great question. If I use Google, if I use video to get on the first page of Google, what happens when someone else does the same? Am I right? Is that the question? So there can only be like 10 results on the first page, right? It's a bit like, my answer to this is a bit like going to the gym. You know you can't just do it once in your life if you want to actually sustain any muscle. So if you want to ignore the fact that your competitors one day will catch up and one may overtake you, then just do it once. But if you want to sustain that position, then yeah, you're right, you want to have more than one video, or you want to have more things going to it. So more things going to it, there's actually a couple of things to bear in mind here. Google are looking for many different aspects here, okay? So one, for example, that you can't do much about is the age of your domain name. So Tosh, what age is your domain name? How long have you owned it? 3 years. Okay, so it's not got a lot of history. Another thing that Google are looking for is how many backlinks, how many people are pointing to your website. So Tosh, what did you think on that? A handful. 6 at the most or something. How would we get around this? How would we get more people pointing to you? Okay, so you want to do it the slow way, right? He's going to put more content on his website and hope more people point to his website eventually. Yes, sir. Oh. Is anybody else actually using the Hampden Wi-Fi code? Alright, it says I'm online. Sorry, there we go, Linda. It says online. Okay, so if you type in Tosh's URL, see if you can grab an image, then we can actually prove it's his. Okay. Okay. Google have ranked every website, if you like, as 0 to 10. Okay. There are only a handful of businesses' websites out there that have a 10 out of 10. Not many. In fact, Google themselves weren't 10 out of 10 for a long time. They are now. So, any ideas where you could get like really high page ranking backlinks, people pointing to your website? Sure. Most of the people that you know that are going to be writing your URL on their website, i.e. a backlink pointing to your website, are not going to have a 10 out of 10, are they? Or a 9 out of 10, a page rank. They're not going to have a 4 out of 10. Has anyone in the room knows that they've got a page rank of 4 out of 10 or more? 2 at the back. Well done, I knew you were here for a reason. So, not many, right? It's rare. It's very rare. In fact, most of us are at 0, unless you know what to do. So, this is not the only thing, but as part of the algorithm, Google will look at what quality of websites are pointing to your site. Yeah? So if, for example, you got a link from Facebook or from Twitter, who are at 8 or 9 out of 10, then that's going to be a big tick for you. Does that make sense? Yeah? Any other ideas, guys? Blogs? Yeah, yes. So what I'm looking for, any other ideas where I can get high page ranking backlinks? Forums, yeah, there's a lot of forums that got good page rankings. Say again? News sites, yeah. There's a couple actually I'll give you just now that Google see as high quality, which is .edu and .gov. And interestingly enough, any one of us in this room can actually get a backlink from a .edu, i.e. an educational site. .gov's not so easy, but the .edu, every student in the UK has a .edu email address. And every student actually has the opportunity to write their own articles on their own edu website. So actually, if they were to write about you, they could actually effectively get a backlink from a .edu site to you. So there are many, many ways of doing this. So we talked about quality. What about quantity? What about getting thousands of websites to point to you? Do you think Google would like that or not? No. Anyone? Should you have quality backlinks to your site or quantity? Quality. Okay. Anyone? Any other ideas? Okay. Quantity is black hat. You're right. In many, many ways it is. Interestingly enough, if you type in the keywords "click here" into a search engine, guess who comes up top? Not Google. Sorry again? Not Google, actually. You wouldn't guess this actually, but the answer is adobe.com. Adobe.com comes up first for the keywords "click here." Now I've checked this, and nowhere on their website does it have the keywords "click here." It doesn't have it. So why are they at the top of the search results? Correct, because people on their own website, if they've said get your PDF reader, just click here, right? That's what's called anchor text, so the two keywords there are called anchor text. They didn't type the word Adobe, for example, but people type in click here and use the hyperlink to adobe.com, and so what that proves is that quantity also counts. Does that make sense? So it's not just quality, it's quantity as well. How are you doing, Linda? I know you've never done this before, so I'm just checking in on you. Just find these banner image at the very top. Just that one thing there. Right click. No, right click. There you go, and save image as. Perfect. Okay. When it comes up, just save it on the desktop or something and call it Linda. So just go to the top, go to desktop. Linda's used to a Mac as well, she's not even used my PC before. So no, sorry Linda, let me just take this out. So it's save as to desktop. Okay. Torsion, right, that's what it's called. Good, okay. So now, what I'd like you to do is go in here, import the video and import the image from the desktop, alright? Okay. Any other questions? Quantities. Quantity is relevant to your business or quality? The quantity. Okay. Answer me this then. When we talk about quantity before, you type in the keywords "click here." Does it matter if it's relevant to the keywords "click here" or Adobe? Is it though? Nowhere on Adobe's website does it use the two words "click here." Are Adobe trying to, if you type in adobe.com and look at their keywords, go to the page source, you won't find the words "click here." Adobe are not trying to achieve that phrase. So the answer to the question is, no, it's not relevant. Will you get marked negatively? Well, that's an interesting question. It depends on who you speak to about this. My own thoughts on this are, how can they mark you negatively for having too many links pointing to your website? And I've proven that with the Adobe.com example, that they obviously don't downgrade you as such, but there are different trains of thoughts on that, and I'm not, I don't know how the algorithms work at any one time. Be precise with your keywords and phrases. Well, that's what we're trying to achieve here, and so yeah, be precise, absolutely. Now we're looking at how else do we get to the top. Now, just as an example, is anybody on the first page, those that are on the first page of Google, how many are on the first page more than once? Good, okay. And to get on the first, let me ask this to the audience. I've got 3 people in the room that are on the first page more than once. So let me just ask this to the room first. How do you think they managed to get on the first page of Google more than once? Anyone? Videos is a good answer. Anyone else? Let me just put this train of thought into your mind. If my domain name is toshlupekproductions.co.uk, how many times can I get that on the first page of Google? How many domain names do I have? 1. Just the 1. So you've only actually got 1 opportunity to get there, unless we do something else. So there are many solutions to that as well. You could get each individual page onto the first page, but that, if you think about it, is going to kind of defeat the purpose, because you want it to be niched about what they're searching for. So the answer is you can have, like you mentioned before in many videos, thank you for that, every video has its own unique URL. Yeah? So you could dominate with a whole load of videos. You could actually, I mean, I've got loads of keyword searches where I'm the answer for every single result. In fact, if you type in first page ranking Edinburgh, I think I'm on 4 times just now on the first page. Exactly. So that's pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, if you wanted to be on the first page of Google more than once, you want to have another URL that people could find. So you could go, for example, to create a weekly site, that's free, or hub pages, or even your Twitter, or your LinkedIn, your Facebook fan page, etc. All of those are options of getting your business on the first page of Google, in addition to your main URL. Yeah? Any other questions? How are we doing, Linda? Just confirming, what is it, the keywords that we want to be found under? Video commercial, garden centre, Lanarkshire, Edinburgh, I think that's what we came up with. Video commercial, Lanarkshire garden centre, maybe. You're more likely to put your area first, eh? Video commercial, Lanarkshire, Edinburgh, garden centre. I don't know. Let's see what we can do, yeah? You happy with that? Good. Is everybody else happy with that? Yes. Good. Okay. Are you next? Am I off now? I've overrun. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay.
I need to get prepared.
I know, me too. How are we doing, Linda? And when you say you're done, have you uploaded that to YouTube? No. So you haven't done it yet. So you have to wait on this. Now upload it. So go to YouTube, just do this, better drive. I'm going to do this in just 2 minutes now then. First page ranking, okay, upload, just change this. There, first page ranking. Actually, local business. I think we've gone offline again. Offline, is it? Yeah. I have a hotspot on the phone. No, we're here now. So just find the file which presumably you saved on the hard drive on the desktop. You know where you've saved it? Okay. My glamorous assistant hasn't had much practice on this. Do you know where you saved the file? You saved it. It's in downloads. It'll be the very first one. So go back to here. Chrome, Google Chrome. Yeah, click. Okay, open that. Just press the big square button. No, just the big square button. Linda! Right, sorry. This big square here. So we want to click to upload. It's in the downloads. Should be what do you call it? Video. Video commercial. Video commercial garden center. Click to upload. Okay, good. So let me finish that off. Linda, you know what you're doing now? I've got 10 minutes before you start, yeah? Thank you. Okay. Okay, any other questions? We're literally right now uploading to YouTube. So I'm going to try and do this now in less than 5 minutes. Any other questions? Additional websites. Okay, what's your question? Yeah. So I don't want you to waste a lot of time with this because you can waste a lot of time. In social media, for example, we can waste a lot of time. Yeah. And if you want to create a Weebly website, you can do it absolutely free of charge. Go to weebly.com, type it in, create a Weebly website. It could look very similar to your own. Then we could go about achieving first page ranking for that as well. Well, that's one way of doing it. And or you can get that website, the Weebly site, to the top. You can also get... Yeah, absolutely. Good. Okay, so when it comes to social media, I know there's a couple of speakers on social media today as well, and I've, as I said, I've written guides and I own websites on social media. And what I would say in 2014, in my hallucination, you might hear different from other speakers, but in my hallucination in 2014, we're wasting a lot of time on social media. Now, I do make money from Facebook and so on, but what I would say is, likes, Facebook likes and Twitter followers are vanity in today's world. Yeah? You don't need to get thousands of followers anymore. It's vanity. We used to say turnover is vanity, profit is sanity. It's now exactly the same on social media. You don't need to get hundreds of thousands of followers. It's, yeah, traffic works, but you want to get the right followers. Yeah? Okay. How are we doing, Linda? Finishing now. Are you pressing? Okay, so press publish. Press publish. You haven't done tags. Oh, no. You can't do it again. Linda! Your tags are your keywords. She didn't put tags in. Okay. We're rushing everybody here. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't think it's going to work without tags. But we could cross our fingers, we've got a few minutes left. Any other questions, guys? Okay, in the order you mean? Okay, so that's a good question, thank you for that. You can have, if you put inverted commas into your searches, you can be really precise with those keywords in that particular order. And that's being really, really precise. It's not necessary, actually, and most people, in fairness, don't do that. They just go, video production, it doesn't really matter with the type of production, video or Lanarkshire hairdresser or hairdresser Lanarkshire, yeah? And so I'm not going to be as anal as that. So you're right, you want to get your keywords in the order that you want to have them being found. That's the most important thing. But then it doesn't really matter in inverted commas sort of thing to be that particular. Any other questions? Just out of interest, Google. Linda, while we're talking, open a new tab, go to google.com and type in these keywords. No, you can't change it. Oh yeah, you can actually, yeah. Good, thank you. Okay. Good. Okay, so this weekend, if anyone's interested, I've got two workshops, live workshops. Have you ever had a live workshop with an internet marketing guy? No, they don't do it. I've spoken around the world on the internet marketing platform, and I know to actually have time with a guy that makes money from the internet is really, really rare. Because they normally just sell their training videos, etc. online. And I have plenty of training videos online. But I'm right here, right now, if you're interested. This weekend in Edinburgh, it was a long way to go. On Saturday, I've got an internet marketing course for newbies, and on Sunday, for intermediates. Okay? So if anybody's interested in that, Mark, you stand right in front of the video camera. Right?
Sorry.
Thank you. I know I'm off in 5 minutes, I know that. If anybody's interested, if you want to speak to me today, I'm only doing this for today. My price for the course is $399 for each day, but if you want to speak to me today, I'll do it for half that price. Okay, and you can actually £20 deposit, put £20 down, and your seat's booked. Okay. Linda, how are we doing? The keywords, whatever it is, musical, video, whatever, video production. What is it called? Type in video commercial, Edinburgh, and let's see we're on the first page. Has anybody got a mobile phone here? We can check it online while we're talking. Video commercial, what are we searching for, Tosh? Video Commercial Garden Centre, is that right, Linda? Yeah? Has anybody got a mobile phone who can search this as we're talking? We want a drum roll to achieve this, by the way. This is incredible pressure. Yes? Linda's cheering. Are we on the first page of Google? Holy moly! Right, would anybody like to see this live? Come on, let's just switch this on. Quick, take this laptop away, please. Okay. Okay. Are we live? Are we live? Yep. Can you zoom in on this, please? Can we zoom in? Yeah? She's actually spelt it right. VidOE, Commercial Garden Centre, Edinburgh. 450,000 results on the web, and 5 minutes ago, we haven't got his URL in there. You haven't got his URL in? No? I wanted to see his URL. I've got mine in there, which is, I've put local for biz. But guess what, guys? How was that for under pressure? Oh, come on. I think it does. Are you happy with that? Okay, I'm off, guys. I've overrun apparently, so I thank you for your attention. Any questions? Before you go, give Linda your business card, and I'll have a look at your website as well. No charge for today, okay? Good. Thank you, guys.